welcome back to Jamison Run. Today's episode, we're going to be doing an oil change on our zero-turn mower. Zero-turn mower. Tongue twister. Anyway, it is a Cub Cadet ZT50. So it has a 50-inch mowing deck, and it has a Kawasaki V-twin engine. It is the FR651V engine. So we're going to be bringing it out of the shed, roll it in the garage here, and then we're going to be doing an oil change. Now, I did go on Amazon, and I did order their oil change kit. It takes an SAE 10W40 Kawasaki engine oil and filter, OEM specs. Some people say it makes no difference what oil you use. I'm a strong believer in you bought a very expensive machine, so you might as well use what the manufacturer specification or specifies that it should be used with. So here it is, 4-stroke engine oil. Where is it on here? It's a synthetic blend, contains zinc. I know that's not good for things with catalytic converters, but tractors don't have catalytic converters until you get into the very, very big ones. But this one is specifically designed for tractors, just because they run a little bit hotter. Usually they're not liquid cooled at the stage that we're talking about right now. They're usually air cooled, so they tend to just run a little hotter. So we're gonna go get the tractor. Shouldn't take long, but here we go. So now that we brought the mower in, we let it warm up just a little bit. I want to make sure that engine oil is kind of reached its thinnest viscosity. So you let it warm up always before you do an oil change. I always take an air blower and I just blow off my machines before I do an oil change. You know, if it's a quad, you want to wash it, or a dirt bike, you want to wash it. But if it's just a tractor and it's not super dirty or super muddy, I like to just blow some of the air off, or some of the grass off, so it's a little bit cleaner for you to work on. Okay, so on this engine, like I said, it's the FR651V, 22 horse Kawasaki. The engine oil or oil filter is right here on the right side if you're standing on the back side of the mower. In the instruction manual, it tells you to take off the side panel. You do not need to do that. And on this one, it actually has this awesome tube here. This literally, you just unscrew this and the oil drains out. So you put it down through this hole that's right here. You see my finger through it, put it down there, and it drains right out. Keeps your mower deck clean here where your engine sits. So shouldn't take us too long to do an oil change. All right, so go ahead and fit these up, crack it loose. Now, drop it right down that hole there. Get our oil fill pan, or oil drain pan in this case. And then we'll just unscrew it here in the bottom. We'll crack the oil. Crack the dipstick at the top and let her drain. Alright, so then you reach back to the oil filter and just give it a good twist. There we go. Of course, there's no good way to do what you're doing right now. It's just gonna be a little oily. Be nice if there was a good way, but there's really not. So you just keep spinning that till she comes loose there. Long threads on that bad boy. Okay. Was a genuine Kawasaki filter. That's awesome. So go ahead and we'll let that drain a little bit here, and then we can dispose of that properly. Oh, it's a mess back here. But as it is with a normal oil change, at least in my garage, generally that's how it looks. Clean it up at the end though. Whenever you go to do the oil filter itself, you always want to put a ring of fresh oil on it. Now, some people will say, you know, if you have an old engine like what's in that 76, you can just climb underneath of it and you can take this filter and you can pop it out, fill it with oil, and screw it right up top on it. That's not how it works on anything that's side mounted or vertically mounted from the top. So this, you put a clean ring of oil around this just to help it seal. And then yeah, this will be dry for a split second whenever you start it. And other than that, it'll be good to go. So you just crack this open here. Put your finger in there, get a little bit of oil. Spread it around. Just want to get around that somewhat liberally. Just enough that you can make it stick. There we go. Okay. Seems to be fitting on there pretty well. And ladies and gentlemen, you do not need to make these super tight. Just hand tighten them. You do not need a wrench to tighten them. Just hand snug them. That way when you try to get them off later, you don't kill yourself trying to do it. There we go. Alright, oil filter's on. Now, we'll go ahead and we'll grab a funnel, put some oil in. Pretty clean in there. We'll give it a little wipe real quick. Okay. First quart's always the easiest quart because you know it's going to take at least the whole quart, which I think these actually take 2 quarts. So here's fun fact a lot of people don't know. When you pour oil, you are supposed to pour like this. It is not opposite, although you might think it's opposite. You don't hold the bottle like this. It causes it to glug, 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 unless you want to pour real slow. This way is how you're actually supposed to pour oil. Oh, no. Well, shoot. That was a dumb mistake on my part. Hopefully it takes 1.5 quarts, not 2 quarts. Because I just drained a little bit out of the bottom. Whoops. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes your days just go like that. Everything I've tried to do today has not went well. It has not went well. Nothing catastrophic, luckily. At least not yet. But nothing has went smoothly today. Some days are just like that. Alright, we're just gonna set that there and let it drain because, well, to be honest, I could use probably every drop that's in that bottle since I let some go out of the bottom because I forgot to put the oil drain plug in. Idiot. Now, we'll go ahead and see what the dipstick says, see where we're at here. Alright, so for the moment, I do believe that it is reading full. Put it in like that, pull it out here. And yes, luckily we are reading full. Now that's going to go down below that full line, I do believe, once I start this up and we get oil in the filter. So let's go ahead and do that. brake on, little throttle. So now we'll let it sit there, run for a second or two, let that oil circulate. Should get through the oil filter. All right, so that should be enough to get that oil circulating a little bit. We're gonna give her a minute or two here just to settle down. Go ahead, unscrew this here. Look, it looks like it's perfect, but let's make sure that's clean and dry. That way we can definitely decipher. All right, that's not shiny. It's a matte finish. Put it in where it should be. Lift it up. There we are. We are literally right at the top full line. You can see that shine on it in comparison to above the full line right there. But that's perfect. We got lucky. I was fast enough to catch that I didn't put the drain bolt in. So we should be good. Off for another mowing season. I think I have what is it? 456 hours on this thing. 12.9 volts. 459, so 460 hours on this Cub Cadet, and it's been nothing but fantastic. Kawasaki engine is running great, as Kawasaki's always do. So, I'm looking for another good mowing season. Thanks for watching. I know this was a sloppy oil change, but hopefully it helps somebody, might point some direction or how much you need to actually do this oil change, because I know a lot of times when I'm Googling things, I'm trying to figure out the exact amount or quantity of oil I need, the filters that I need, those kinds of things. Ladies and gentlemen, I found this on Amazon. It was listed for pretty much every V-twin Kawasaki engine that there is. You need about 2 quarts. I think it's 1.79 quarts actually, but since I lost a little out of the drain, it was perfect with 2 quarts. And yeah, look on Amazon for it. It was cheaper than I could find anywhere else. I looked at Lowe's and Home Depot, and Lowe's actually had the Kawasaki 10W, 10W40, but it was $14 a quart there. I bought this whole kit for 25 bucks. That was with a filter from Amazon. So definitely do your due diligence and do a little research. I understand you got to make money in a store and there has to be markup, but at the same time, I mean, this would have been $30 worth of oil and then another $10 filter at the store. So, I mean, that's a $40 oil change or a $25 oil change for the exact same oil and filter. Yep, there you have it. Thanks for watching. If you got anything out of this, if you want to make fun of me for the way I did this, or poke some fun at me, I'm wide open to that, because this was not professional, but it was done right. It is done correctly, just in an odd order and a couple hiccups along the way. But if you don't have that kind of stuff, you're probably not working on engines. So, thanks.